בחייה בציון ומספד בירושלים.
אש תוקד בקרבי, בעלותי על ליבי, בצאתי ממצרים. So this is a kinah that has all the excitement, the talking about the leaving, the excitement of leaving Mitzrayim, the fire that's burning inside, of the joy, the seeing the hashgacha of Hashem, seeing God's hand performing miracles for the whole nation, and in contrast, leaving Yerushalayim, their heads down low, being chased, being broken, feeling God's anger. And this whole kinah is all about these juxtapositions of the feelings of the excitement and the pride, the jubilation, the feeling of God with them, to the feeling of despair, to feeling God's left them, to feeling the pain. And I feel that this is the life that we have been living. Not just our family and not just our community, our whole nation has been feeling this pain of this whole period of time, and the excitement of seeing so much goodness, so much love, so much achdut, and we're balancing both. You know, the very night of Binyamin's levaya, the very night of his funeral, a very dear friend was making a wedding. And people actually came to our funeral, came to Binyamin's funeral, were with us there, in the rain, in the pouring rain, and they left that night on a bus to go straight to the wedding. And they changed at the hall, took off all their wet clothes and changed there. And this night was a night where you had both. You diverged. You went, and we escorted our Binyamin to Shamayim, and they escorted their son down to their chuppah. They both had a chuppah. Hashem greeted him here, his kala greeted him there. And while we felt that they were two roads, they really were still one, because it's those two together that really are the complete. We have been walking around for all these months with a very broken heart, a shattered heart, and a very full heart of feeling so much, so many hugs, so many kisses, so much love from the nation, from the Ribono Shel Olam. We see his hashgacha, but with the pain. But I think we can only understand both sides when we understand and feel both sides. When we can feel that joy, when we can see how much Hashem is directly involved in our lives, seeing the miracles that he's doing for us on a constant basis, we can only understand what it's like for a few hours on October 7th morning when we felt that that was taken away. We can't understand until it's taken away, we don't realize what he's doing for us all the time. And when it's so hidden, you don't realize how clear it is sometimes. And only when it's so clear can you realize how hidden. You can't understand such joy until you understand such pain. You can't understand such pain unless you can experience so much joy. These two have to go together, and we feel both. We spend our days crying, and we spend our days in joy and laughing and singing and dancing. Just recently, thank God we were zocha to make a bar mitzvah for our other son. And that same day that we made the simcha, we went to visit the family sitting Sheva, who also lost their son. This is what we do. And I think the intensity of all these emotions are only because we can understand both now. We couldn't understand if we know so much pain now. It's so easy to get excited about our future. It's so easy to look forward to what we have, and we don't even know how good it's going to be. I think if we knew we had a concept of what Beshuvi Yerushalayim will be, we would be praying all day non-stop for that Beit HaMikdash. We would be davening with all of our hearts, crying, just begging to give it to us. We have no concept of how amazing it will be. It's hard to understand how much we're missing, but yet it's also so not. We've been living with this for all these months. Our whole nation, the devastation. We've been in Tisha B'Av mode since Simchat Torah. We don't need any reminders. It will not. I remember years ago, Rabbi Leff said that if If you can't bring yourself to cry on Leil Tisha B'Av, cry that you can't bring yourself to cry. There's not going to be a single soul that will not be shedding tears this year. It will take nothing. You think of one soldier, one broken family, one missing mother, and this is just the war. This isn't even all the other sicknesses and sarot that people experience, and thinking about their grandparents and thinking, we don't have to go so far this year. There's not one person in the entire nation that will have a hard time shedding a tear. But we have no concept of how good it will be. And the more we cry, the more we're in pain together, holding each other, sharing in that anguish, will be that much more joy at the end. Of all the kinot, this is one of the few that's sung in a song, that's sung in a tune. Because with all the pain and the anguish and all the joy and the exuberance, with the juxtaposition of the two, only with that can we bring to the very end of Beshuvi Yerushalayim. We're going to come home. We're going to come home to our bayit. And we can experience that simcha amitit, that true joy that we haven't in our times experienced ever. So just to go a little inside and see the kinah inside of the beauty of this author, where you have Esh tukad bekirbi, a fire inside of me. Az yashir Moshe, shir lo yinasheh. You have these beautiful descriptions of how we have the galei yam ramu, the beautiful waves of the sea that just piled high, making way for them to go through. Mar'eh kavod Hashem, every single step of the way, feeling God's miracles performed right in front of their eyes. But then you also have the other side, skulat El lekucha ketzon litvacha, but God's treasure was taken like sheep to the slaughter. And you have all these descriptions of the destruction, which unfortunately we can relate to very much now. But stabbed with the sword were precious children of Israel. And you have the tiara, the crown of Hashem, ushlach hanezer va'afet ha'ezer, the tiara of God thrown down. Did this not just happen? Did we not just experience this? And you have the infants wailing and the mortally wounded groaning. You can picture every soldier out there, the ones that were wounded in pain. We don't have to go back very far in our history to see the suffering and the contrast of leaving Yerushalayim. So, Airley family had, we lived a pretty good life of recite Mitzrayim. A life where we enjoyed our family simchas, a life where we enjoyed our family Shabbos tables, our family vacations, our family games, taking family pictures all together. Tzchokim, you know? Really enjoying. And then we had our personal recite Yerushalayim. November 18th on Heki Slave, when the soldiers showed up to our door to tell us the news. That was our recite Yerushalayim, our day that our lives changed. Where taking family pictures is hard. We're sitting at the Shabbos table and seeing who's going to sit in Binyamin's chair. Do we let guests sleep in his bedroom? Is anyone allowed to touch anything of his? Can we even appreciate all the same joking around? We're very much recite Yerushalayim. Not simple. And then we understand that the recite Yerushalayim was part of a bigger plan. The Churban of the Bayit Rishon, the Churban of the Bayit Sheni was part of a bigger plan. We don't understand that plan. And the Churban in the Airley home is part of the bigger plan. We know that Binyamin and all these Talmidim of David HaMelech, all of King David's greatest students, are part of something much bigger. Every single one of them, as much as they are part of the Churban, as much as they're part of the destruction, they're also part of the building. They're part of adding another stone in the Beit HaMikdash, or another gem that goes on the crown, or that goes to build the Kisei HaKavod. Each and every one of them, each and every soldier, each and every neshama that fought, that was lost. And that is why this song can be sung in a tune. This song is sung in the tune, one of the very few of the kinot sung. Because when the song ends, when the kinah ends, B'shuvi Yerushalayim, we understand that even though we left Mitzrayim on a high and we left Yerushalayim on such a low, it's part of the process of all coming back to Yerushalayim. Both sides, both full heart, both broken heart, both pain and joy. All of it is all part of one big process that will get us back to Yerushalayim. Our Binyamin, I know he's part of this process. As much as we miss him, as much as we cry that he's not with us, he's part of this process. As much as there's churban around us, it's all part of the process, and we have to hold on. And we have to stay with the process, stay holding on to that rope that's shaking. Because that rope that's from one end of the world to the other, that Hashem keeps shaking with every churban that we go through, he's shaking the rope, and he's shaking the rope, and there's another destruction, another tzara, another pain, but we just hold on. We hold on to that rope for dear life. And that is the Chevel of Mashiach. And that is B'shuv Yerushalayim, and not the Yerushalayim HaChurba, that's in Churba. That's Yerushalayim HaBenuya. Bezrat Hashem, Binyamin, all of our soldiers, all of our neshamot HaTorot, all these beautiful Yiddish neshamas should come and dance with us when we come to that Beit HaMikdash HaShlishi, Be'ezrat Hashem Bekarov, and dance together with them in such joy of B'shuvi Yerushalayim.
Adono b'chiyo b'tzion u'misper